And for dust, I love my heavy-duty duster. The fluffy fibers trap dust on contact, up high and all around without having to lift a thing. I'm so hooked. You'll love Swiffer or your money back.
Colbert's got a new Late Show with Kristen Stewart tonight on CBS.
The FBI's are back.
Is there going to be another attack?
We're already in danger.
This guy is wanted for murder.
CBS Tuesday is FBI night. New episodes Tuesday, 8/7 Central on CBS.
A new Survivor Wednesday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Pies, polar bears, and leprechauns. Lucky charms for this week's weather. I'll tell you about our toasty temps, holiday outlooks, and event forecasts. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, more businesses in Marquette will now be included in the tax increment financing district. Tonight, the decision made by the City Commission and who is now included. Plus, the Kingsford City Assessor is sharing more about why some residents are seeing a change in their property assessments and valuations. And reuniting Ukrainian children with their families, the organization helping kids get back home. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
It's a little chilly out there tonight, Air. We didn't really have any clouds today to trap some of that warmth for overnight.
You are on it. Yes, you are correct. Our temperatures out there are expected to drop into that 25 to 35 degree range. As you can see, it's about 32 in here in Marquette and about 39 up there in Copper Harbor as they've got a little bit of cloud coverage. But for the rest of us, we'll see those clouds increasing tonight. We'll start with some cloudy skies tomorrow before things clear out. We've got lots of sunshine on the way. And then maybe a wet mixture coming this weekend. I'll go over that. Plus our polar plunge outlook.
Thank you very much, Eric. New at 11, no injuries after a Jeep crashed into a business in Marquette Township earlier this evening. Marquette Township Fire was called to the Wild Bill's Tobacco Shop off US 41 around 7:45 tonight. Few details are known, but deputies on the scene told us the incident remains under investigation. Deputies say there were no apparent injuries. There's also no word on whether there was anyone else in the vehicle at the time besides the driver. The Marquette County Sheriff's Office is working to secure the damaged business. Marquette City businesses on North 3rd Street will now be included in the tax increment financing district. At tonight's meeting, the City Commission passed the DDA's proposed expansion of the TIF district with a 6-0 vote with an amendment to the proposed 30-year timeline. The TIF district expansion will only be through 2036. The decision allocates a portion of the existing property taxes collected from 3rd Street businesses to the DDA so it can use the funds toward grants and other financial benefits to local businesses.
It does a lot of things that really contribute to that growth. They offer things like, facade grants, which encourage businesses to make their fronts nicer, which increases taxes, which ultimately ups that TIF base, right? So we need to make sure that we're recognizing that, recognizing which way it's going, and getting them the funding that they deserve.
Commissioners say the shortened period of the expansion will allow for the City Commission and the DDA to discuss the financial impact this might have on the broader community. The City of Kingsford's assessor is shedding new light on property tax assessments after the city held its board of review for property owners to dispute any changes. The city assessor says post-pandemic inflation is still impacting what property owners are seeing on their tax assessment this year. He thinks within another year or so, those increases should stabilize more because the sales study window from data collected falls between the window of time that there was a sales boom during the pandemic, which caused valuation to go up. He sees a common misunderstanding, though, when people dispute their tax increases.
The time when people come in, they see that big increase in assessed value and they think that they're going to be paying hundreds of dollars more in taxes, when in fact their taxable only went up. In this year, it went up 5%, which is more than what it usually goes up. That's the only amount you're going to pay more on, is that taxable value increase, not the assessed value.
By law, increases are capped at no more than 5% in Michigan, but without a cap, the rate of inflation was 7.9 last year, and now it's 5.1%. The Delta County Airport is looking to move forward on an important improvement project. The airport's aging fuel truck has needed constant repairs for some time. Administrators hope to purchase a new one, which would cost around $225,000. As the airport's only means of fueling aircraft, the manager says a trustworthy fuel truck is critical to daily operations.
When that truck fails, the worst case scenario for us would be Delta flies in, they park the aircraft, passengers deplane, we wait for other passengers to come on, and then our truck doesn't start and we can't fuel the aircraft. And the question is, what's the most cost-effective and prudent way to go about replacing it now?
The Airport Advisory Board has also been considering implementing a pay-to-park system, but determined that since past parking lot projects were partially funded with federal grants, the parking lot can't be used to generate revenue. Escanaba's Delta Animal Shelter is urging people to surrender pets they can no longer care for the right way. 6 cats were recently left in the shelter's driveway in this fabric pen. A shelter volunteer happened to stop by and found them, but they say abandonment like that doesn't always have a happy ending, and it makes it harder for staff to find their forever home. Surrendering a pet costs nothing, and all it takes to start the process is just calling the shelter.
Animal does not have a collar or identification, such as like a microchip. It's a 4-day stray hold, but if they do have a microchip, it's a 10-day stray hold. And we can't start doing anything with them to move them through that adoption process. We try to be judgment-free. Just call us and talk with us.
The shelter also offers food assistance and training resources for those who want to keep their pet and maybe just need a little help. You can visit WZMQ19.com for more information. The Michigan State Police is looking for people interested in entering into law enforcement. Next Thursday, March 21st at Bay College in Escanaba, recruiters from Lansing will be hosting a hiring event. The Michigan State Police is hiring troopers all over the state in response to a statewide shortage of troopers. This session is limited to 20 applicants, and the event will give those looking to enter law enforcement a better understanding of how that application process works and an overview about what the Trooper Academy is like.
Information out there on the web where you can find out what it's like to be a trooper, but these are going to be people right there on scene that you can ask those questions, those real intimate, those personal questions on what it's really like. What is a career in the Michigan State Police? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Those people will be there.
The event runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. next Thursday, the 21st at Bay College in Escanaba. Last week, we reported on the roughly 19,000 Ukrainian kids that have been forcibly separated from their families by Russia. In total, more than 300 have been reunited, according to the Ukrainian government. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp continues to cover this issue. She spoke with an organization that's helping these kids find their way back home. Here's her report from Washington.
This crime, it is a terrible crime against our children.
Daria Kasyanova is the National Program Director for SOS Children's Villages Ukraine. It's an international organization that helps with different types of social services and support for families and kids. But when Russia invaded Ukraine, they took on a different role, reuniting kids that were forcibly separated from their families by the Russians.
First months of full invasion, foster parents or other biological family connected with us and informed about separation with their children. These children stayed in occupied Mariupol, for example, or in Lugansk or in Kherson region, and we tried to think how we can to reunite these children with their parents.
Ukrainian officials estimate more than 19,000 kids have been deported to Russia or in so-called filtration camps in occupied parts of Ukraine. Along with other organizations, SOS Children's Villages have so far helped reunite 143 children.
It is not huge numbers of children, we understand it, but every reunification of child, it is dangerous and difficult tasks for our team.
And the kids that return to their families also help these organizations by giving them info on others being held by Russia.
2 days ago, we reunited 2 girls from occupied territory, and from them, we knew about other children who are waiting for their parents.
Kasyanova says their goal is for all children to be returned to their families.
Unfortunately, this trauma will be with them a long, long time.
In Washington, D.C., Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
SOS Children's Villages says once the kids are back with their families, they also give them psychological, social, medical, and educational help. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break, plus an early welcome to spring at Marquette Mountain over the weekend. The Spring Carnival fun on Saturday. And many Michigan ski resorts are saying an early goodbye to winter. How it's impacting.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialist help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
He's the sheriff known by one name.
Oh, howdy, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Andy. Andy. Andy.
On The Andy Griffith Show.
Weeknights at 8 on MeTV 19.1.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget, I would say working at Goodwill is it's a very good job. Co-workers are all real nice. It's a good team environment.
What I like most about my job is meeting new friends and create stronger bonds.
Everybody's always willing to help out if they see somebody, struggling or something, they need assistance with something, they always help them out.
Goodwill treats their employees phenomenally well.
Shop and donate to your local Goodwill.
This week, Cool Bears New with Kristen Stewart, Paul Rudd, Diane Lane from 60 Minutes, Cecilia Vega, and Paul Simon. New this week on CBS.
Who will be there when the final whistle blows or the final votes have been cast? Will you start a career in the broadcasting industry? Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Well, we've got clouds rolling in as we get into the later hours of tonight and our Tuesday morning. Current conditions with the radar showing no raindrops or snowflakes out there. I do want to tell you, though, along that Wisconsin border and definitely into Wisconsin as well as parts of Minnesota, possibly, or I should say, there's an elevated fire risk. So make sure you are aware of that because they've got low humidity, dry conditions, and especially over there in West Wisconsin and Minnesota, a little bit of a breezy situation, which of course, if you've got a fire going, that's not a good combination because it can definitely spread. Taking a look at the Upper Peninsula, the DNR has burn restrictions for everybody in orange, which is the majority of us. So if you want more information about that, make sure you head over to the DNR's website. They update that map at about by 10 a.m. Eastern time every day. Right now, our lows are expected to be in that 25 to 35 degree range, although some of us could be a little bit warmer than that. And again, those clouds increasing. Taking a look in case you have to wash your car, although we haven't had a whole lot of salt on the road or dirt, but it looks like a very good week for taking care of that business. And then on Wednesday, though, I do want to point out if you're in the eastern half, there could be some sprinkles in the air. So maybe take note of that in case you don't want to deal with that situation with a freshly washed car. Taking a look at the next couple of days, we've got toasty conditions on Tuesday. Some of us could be close to 70 degrees. March 12th. That will be tomorrow. Gradual sunshine, and then our temps are sliding down on our Wednesday. 40 to 60 will be that range, and then look at Thursday. 35 to 50 will be back into those winter temps. Taking a look at the UV index for tomorrow, it's going to be about 3. So if you are outside during those sunny peak hours, make sure you've got some sunscreen for that. Although the burn time could take about 45 minutes, but nobody wants any sunburn. Taking a look at Restaurant Week here in downtown Marquette for our Tuesday. If you're having lunch around 1 p.m., we'll have partly sunny skies at that moment, about 49 degrees, maybe a little bit warmer, and then dinner at 7. We'll still have that sunshine because that's right, we've sprung forward. Sunset is at about 7:49 p.m. Eastern time, and then that temperature at 7 p.m. should be about 52 degrees, so a lovely day to get outside and play. Taking a look at Thursday, Pi Day, we've got mostly cloudy skies at the moment, and we'll be in that 40-degree range. Maybe some sprinkles on the way later in the evening, but most of that'll be down in Menominee County. And then taking a look at how much snow we've seen so far this month, about 4 inches out at the national, or not 4 inches, excuse me, 4/10 of an inch out at the National Weather Service. And if we take a look at Lake Superior, the ice coverage, it's pretty much non-existent out there. So make sure you're staying off the lake and staying safe. I'll have your 7-day outlook on the way.
Thank you very much, Ariane. The lack of snow this season didn't stop Marquette Mountain's annual Spring Carnival last Saturday. Athletes, friends, and family gathered to celebrate the closing of another winter season with some slalom races, a costume contest, food, and more. Even with moving the event up 2 weeks and having to cancel some events because of the weather, Marquette Mountain's assistant general manager says the team worked hard to make sure the event still happened.
Really working their butt off to get this together and make the conditions really nice like they are today, actually. Moving snow all around, we got people in all night. They've really worked hard.
Marquette Mountain staff are grateful for everyone who came out this season and is hopeful for better weather next year. Michigan has seen record-breaking temperatures this winter. Just last month, Detroit reached a high of 73 degrees on February 27th, the hottest day in February in recorded history dating back to 1874. Alicia Bergio explains the major impact these warmer temps have had at local ski resorts in southeast Michigan.
Most Michiganders would agree it's been an interesting winter. One day it's snowing, the next it's sunny skies and warm temperatures. For local ski resorts, the back and forth with Mother Nature has not been ideal, and it's led them to wrap their season early because there's simply not enough snow. At Mount Brighton, after many snowmaking attempts, the staff was unable to repair and rebuild the slopes, saying in a post on social media that their talented mountain ops team did their best to piece the hill back together, but ultimately determined there was no longer enough snow to remain open. In a statement to CBS News Detroit, Mount Brighton employees remain in good spirits and are already looking forward to next season. The resort also says, though the season ended earlier than expected, season passes will not roll over into next season. But good news, passes can be used at any of the 41 resorts across North America owned by Mount Brighton's management company, Vail Resorts. Mount Brighton is not the only ski resort impacted by the lack of snow. Mount Holly and Pine Knob also taking to social media to announce their wrap of the season. Now, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is urging small businesses affected by the warm winter to apply for federal funding through the Small Business Administration. Staff at Mount Brighton say they do not plan on doing that, but are looking forward to events planned this summer.
We are all looking forward to a better winter next season. More than a dozen downtown Marquette restaurants have special deals offered for this year's Restaurant Week, and some have just joined the roster. Pizza at Marquette opened its doors last fall, making this the first time it's participating in Restaurant Week. Along with its style of create your own pizza, the pizza parlor is offering a personal 2-topping pizza or a create your own salad for $8.92 for Restaurant Week. The chain may only have 5 locations nationwide, but they say it adds to the special care they present to every customer.
There are combinations that are like authentic pizza or stuff that's supposed to be on pizza. We like to break all of those norms. If you love pineapple and kudigi on the same pizza together, we absolutely say go for it.
You can find a full list of participating businesses in Restaurant Week at WZMQ19.com. UP Sports is on the way next. Mike, there's some important high school basketball games happening this week.
Yes, girls regional semifinals this evening. We'll have action from Delta.
Hi friends, Richard Karn here. Now I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Imagine for less than a cup of coffee a day, Choice Home Warranty can help protect you from expensive major system and appliance breakdowns that your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover.
Call Choice Home Warranty now and get access to a nationwide network of over 15,000 technicians and the latest appointment setting technology so you'll know when they're on their way.
So, do what this old DIYer did and call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more. Call for your free quote today. Call in the next 5 minutes and get your first month free. 800-418-1754. 800-418-1754.
This is home, it's where we get along. This is home, and together we're strong. Oh, this is home. This is home, it's our town, it's our song. This is home, this is where we belong. This is home. Yeah. This is home.
Good evening, everyone. There are two halves to a basketball game. I'm sure you knew that. And for the Negaunee girls, that was a good thing because the first half of their Division II regional semifinal against Petoskey wasn't their best half of the season. Let's go to Manistee, where Petoskey had a 13-10 record going in. Negaunee was 23-1, but it was Petoskey that started well. Hayden Wegman will dribble and get the ball over to Sadie Corey. She uses the window for two and the game's first bucket. Next, for the Northmen, it is Wegman to Quinn Matthews inside the Braylon Adair, and it's 4-0 Petoskey after more than 2 minutes. Miners coach Michael Donnell needed a timeout to refocus his team. For the Maize and Blue, Aubrey Johnson drives, misses, but Gretel Johnson is there for the putback. Miners on the board trailing 6-2 after nearly 4 minutes. Northmen led 8-5 after 1. To the second, Gretel Johnson to Claire O'Donnell, and the coach's daughter cuts the deficit to 8-7. Negaunee's best player is Ella Mason. She drives and scores here. She did most of her damage in the second half. End of the first half, Caitlin Metelsky will score. Petoskey led 18-16 at the break, but Mason scored 18 of her 23 points in the second half, plus a few defensive adjustments. Negaunee advances to the regional final with a 43-29 victory. Negaunee will face Ludington, a 43-34 winner over Clare. That regional final is slated for Petoskey's gym on Wednesday. To Division III in Escanaba, the West Iron County Whitecons at 15-11 face the 22-3 Harbor Springs Rams. And for West Iron County, it's Danica Shamian taking it in and scoring. Later, the Rams are facing some tough defense, but get a good break on the bounce of the ball. Olivia Flynn will corral it and put it up and in. Another close call for West Iron. Shamian will drive, miss, grabs the rebound, puts it back up in, and the foul, and the Whitecons have a close 4-point lead in the fourth quarter. And the Whitecons go on to win this one 52-47. West Iron County meets Elk Rapids Wednesday at St. Ignace. The Elks sprinted past Roscommon 57-19. We move to Division IV. Kearney-Nadeau against Ishpeming at Kingsford. And here we go, and that's Jenna Mackey putting in a shot from the key. She had 16 points. And the nice block out of bounds to slow down Kearney Nato's offense by Maya Hemmer. Mackey with a nice bounce off the inbound, and Ishpeming would get the ball back. Janessa Eagle with a three near the top of the key at the end of the third quarter, and it's a pretty good sized lead at that point for Ishpeming. Mackey and Eagle will combine for a bucket here in the old give and go. Kearney Nato will get a basket by Mariska Lorela, but the Hematites are just too much in this one. Ishpeming wins 79-46. Also for the Wolves, Grace Mully went over the 1,000 point mark for her career. Now Ishpeming will travel to Marquette Senior High School Wednesday to face, on the scoreboard, it would be Ewan Trout Creek. The rather young Panthers defeated Lakeland and Humboldt 51-44. Ireland McGeeshik had 17 points and 12 rebounds, and 3 other Panthers were in double figures. Well, let's go to Chippewa County, Burnley and Munising, and that's Autumn Tremblay getting things going for the Bays. And the next time down, Callie Hard on the baseline, and the Bays are up 4-2. Fundamental passing by the Mustangs, that's Emmy Crisp, bouncing that one in off the window nicely. She had 19 points. Time running out in the first, Bailey Corcoran pulls up and knocks down the jumper. 7-6 Mustangs at that point. Baskets would go back and forth, but the good news for Munising is they go on to win this one by the count of 47-30. And they will play St. Ignace Wednesday for the regional title, and that game has been moved to Newberry. So now, logically, we'll show the St. Ignace score. And the Saints defeated Indian River Inland Lakes by the score of 59-35. Again, the regional final in Newberry on Wednesday. Turning to GLIAC basketball, Baby Watch. Volleyball head coach Michael Ogier on the left, women's Wildcat soccer head coach John Sandoval on the right. It was NMU against Grand Valley Saturday in the GLIAC semifinal. Carson Smith 4-3 in the quick start for the green and gold. But Marquette Senior High School graduate Marius Gazoulis knows something about Olivia Luton-John. Let's get physical underneath there, and she puts it up and in. He had 14 points. William Dunn provided more than a spark for the Lakers off the bench. He ended up with 5 triples and a total of 23 points. GLIAC Player of the Year, Max Weisbrod, shows a new dimension of the teardrop, floating that one up and in. He paced the Wildcats with 24, and NMU led 49-42 after 20 minutes. But Grand Valley eliminated the deficit in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Then under 9 minutes to go, that's Britton Harris with the long jumper. He had 20, Lakers up 3. NMU then caught fire. Weisbrod bounces a pass to Sam Schultz, cutting toward the basket, and this one is going down between 2 defenders. Wildcats back within 1. And then they would take the lead when Weisbrod drove for a scoop and score past Grazoulis. And it's 68-67 NMU. Now the momentum changed more than a little bit when Carson Smith drove to the basket. Doink, doink. Yeah, the ball hit the backboard first, then it was blocked. Yeah, it was goaltending Dylan Keel. Unfortunately, the officials did not see it or something. Yikes! Lakers outscored NMU 14-2 over the final 4 minutes. Grand Valley State won 92-77. Now, Ferris State on Sunday defeated Grand Valley to win the league tournament title. Grand Valley does not make the NCAA Midwest Regional. To the scoreboard, please. And the University of Indianapolis will be hosting this. Boy, that came out funny, didn't it? Okay, we'll try and straighten this out. In the first game Saturday at noon, it will be number 6 Lake Superior State against number 3 Walsh. That will be followed by Upper Iowa, the 7th seed, against number 2 Kentucky Wesleyan. William Jewell will meet Indianapolis that Saturday again at 5 o'clock, and Ferris and NMU will collide, so we go from Marius Grazoulis to Vejas Grazoulis, and that will be Saturday at 7:30. On the women's side, that will take place at Grand Valley State. It is Ferris State against Lewis Friday at noon, and then that's followed by Drury and Ashland at 2:30. Number 8 Trevecca Nazarene will take on the top-seeded Lakers of Grand Valley at 5 o'clock on Friday, and then NMU and Kentucky Wesleyan will meet Friday at 7:30. So all kinds of basketball coming up. Couple of quick notes from the NFL. Aaron Jones released by the Green Bay Packers. So was offensive lineman David Bakhtiari. But Josh Jacobs, former Raiders running back, was signed by the Packers today. And the Lions picked up
Get an 11% rebate on the best in-stock color selection and vinyl siding products. Now at Menards. Timbercrest Premium Lap Siding comes in 17 of the best colors, all backed by a limited lifetime warranty. Timbercrest is built to last, starting at $779 after rebate. Accent Timbercrest Lap Siding with Novik Stack Stone, now $15.99 after 11% rebate. Shop in store or online to get an 11% rebate on Novik Stone and Timbercrest Premium Siding panels, now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
This week, Cool Bears New with Kristen Stewart, Paul Rudd, Diane Lane from 60 Minutes, Cecilia Vega, and Paul Simon. New this week on CBS.
My family's been in business for 70 plus years. We really needed to stress that this is not just a running store. Our running shoes are good for everybody.
It's about the people out in the community who are in the workforce. All those people really benefit from the proper footwear and structure that a running shoe can provide.
They might come in limping, almost like a miracle, walk out of here dancing. It's more than shoes. There's a caring that doesn't exist in a lot of businesses anymore.
Come on down to Outdoor Man, where our camping department is intense.
Set it up in 30 seconds flat. And take it down even faster.
And we're always family friendly.
We found a bear cub in here. Been nice knowing you, Baxter.
Outdoor Man is open for business on Last Man Standing.
We do have some clear skies at the moment, but those clouds are coming on back, and we'll expect our temperature lows tonight, 25 to about 35 degrees. Taking a look at tomorrow, man, we're going to be a toasty group here, especially over here in the western portion. Look at that, 65 in Iron Mountain. Lance not too far behind with a high of 57 expected. So in that 50 to 70 degree range. And then we've got the polar plunge in Gwynn, where Sarah, myself, and Megan O'Connor, as well as Mitchell Reif, are going to be jumping in to raise money for Special Olympics. Make sure you head to our website for more information. We're expecting, though, some rain and snow. How fun! Polar bears love it. All right, 7-day outlook for Marquette on Pi Day. We've got mostly cloudy skies. Those temperatures dipping down from 47 to 40. Then we'll warm up just a little bit on Saturday, but we've likely got snow coming for St. Patty's Day. And if you have time, make sure you head over to my Facebook. I will be posting this gorgeous time lapse of the Northern Lights.
So we might get a little mini St. Patty's Day snowstorm. Finally tonight, two sassy sisters got in a tussle at the Oakland Zoo today. These mountain lion cubs, Willow and Maple, were enjoying a little outdoors time. The zoo says the cubs were found and taken to the Oakland Zoo's veterinary hospital after their mother was hit and killed by a vehicle back in November. The zoo is taking care of the cubs until the California Department of Fish and Wildlife finds them a permanent home, according to the zoo. And in the meantime, everyone just gets these cute little cat videos. There's nothing better than that.
That's why the internet was created.
Exactly. But then they get bigger. They're up here. We know they are
for sure.
We'll see you tomorrow.
WZMQ TV 19.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere to fix that?